What's up, guys? This is Jensen and welcome to another video. So ultimately there might not be an NBA season at the end. I'm going to be optimistic here and say that there will be. But if there isn't an NBA season, I really feel like the NBA championship will come down to two teams, Los Angeles Lakers and the Los Angeles Clippers. With respect to all the other teams, the Milwaukee Bucks, the Boston Celtics, who I've been talking about a lot, I'm really high on them. Miami Heat, Toronto Raptors, etc. in the Eastern Conference. In the West, the Denver Nuggets, the Houston Rockets, the Utah Jazz, etc. But it's really going to come down to these two teams, in my opinion. These two teams, when it comes to postseason basketball, they'll be on another level. You'll be able to tell these two teams are different. The Lakers led by LeBron and AD, the Clippers led by Kawhi and PG. These teams are built different, in my opinion. But in the end, I think the Clippers will win the NBA championship. But let me make one thing very clear. I think that LeBron and AD is a better combo than Kawhi and PG. Because even though I think Kawhi is slightly better than LeBron, there's a clear difference between AD and Paul George. Paul George is a top 10 player. AD is a top 5 player. That's different. LeBron and AD, that's the only combo in the NBA that I can say they're both top 5 players. That's special. And the things that they can do, because they're more athletically gifted than Kawhi and Paul George, they can do things that Kawhi and Paul George can't, honestly. And that's just fact at the end of the day. They're just a little bit more talented. They're a great fit altogether. I think Kawhi and PG are a good fit. LeBron and AD are a great fit. You can see when you watch those two guys, they clearly fit well together. It's like when you watch Steph and Clay. Those dudes fit well together. And ultimately, I think that LeBron and AD, if it was a 2-on-2 game, LeBron and AD, Kawhi and PG, I think LeBron and AD would win at the end. But it's not. This is basketball, 15-man rosters. And when we look at the overall rosters, the Clippers roster is better than the Lakers roster overall. Look at Patrick Beverley. The stats don't measure the impact this guy does. Obviously, we know he's an elite defender, but there's no stat that measures hustle, toughness, how annoying you are if you get under the other opponent's skin. There's no stat that measures that. And if there was, Patrick Beverley would be at the top of all those stats. I have no doubt. The dude is a professional basketball player. And sometimes we underestimate the impact he has on offense. The last time I checked, the dude is averaging almost 40% from three-point range. He averages about 8 or 9 points per game. Clearly, he's not an elite scorer by any means, but he can put the ball in the bucket. We underestimate this dude. I have to give the props where it's due. Patrick Beverley, he earns his money. He's clearly worth the 3 years, $40 million he was paid by the Clippers. And I really feel like we have to give respect where it's due to Patrick Beverley. Now, let's look at the rest of the roster, though. This roster is stacked, y'all. Marcus Morris, they got this dude. Even though you can argue that he was putting up empty stats on the New York Knicks, there's no doubt that this dude can put the ball in the bucket. He's a versatile, switchable defender at power forward. Another dude you can stick on LeBron and AD at times. I really feel like Marcus Morris, he's definitely a difference maker for sure. I really feel like this dude, he's going to make an impact in the playoffs potentially. And look at Ivica Zubac. He's a solid center. You wouldn't say he's great or anything, but he's a solid center. He gives him size. He's a solid rebounder. I think that he's going to be a valuable piece. And look at the bench, though. The bench is stacked, and that's really where I had to say that the Clippers had a clear edge. When you got Reggie Jackson off the bench, you can argue whether he's a good starter or not, but off the bench, every team in the NBA would take this dude off the bench. He's a dynamic playmaker. He can put the ball in the bucket. Off the bench, he's amazing. When we look at Lou Williams, he's a professional scorer. He's the best sixth man in the league, in my opinion. He just knows how to put the ball in the bucket. And even though he's a liability defensively, no doubt that the way he puts up on offense, the points he puts up on offense, it more than makes up for that, in my opinion. Montrezl Harrell off the bench. This dude, nobody expected much of him a couple years ago, but he continued to work, and you could clearly see the energy and tenacity he plays with. Even though he's undersized, you could clearly tell he has an impact on the game. And he's going to get a big contract this summer, and rightfully so. He's a good player. Landry Shamet, sometimes we forget about him. He's almost the unsung hero. The dude is a three-point sniper. There's a difference between being a three-point shooter and a three-point sniper. He's a sniper. The dude makes three-point shots. Look at the overall roster. At the end of the day, the Lakers roster, JaVale McGee, Dwight Howard, I think they're solid. I think they're good, but you wouldn't say they're great or anything. I never believed in Kyle Kuzma. I thought they should have traded him away. Rondo has clearly declined this year. Avery Bradley is solid, but do you really expect that much of him come postseason time? There's some question marks alongside LeBron and AD. I have no question marks about the Clippers. That's what it comes down to. The Clippers, at the end of the day, I really feel like they're the championship team, in my opinion. They're better than the Lakers, or better than the Bucks, better than the Celtics, better than any team in the NBA, in my opinion. They will be NBA champions if there is a season, that is. Anyways, that concludes this video, guys. Thanks for watching this video. Please like and subscribe. I'll be providing for NFL and NBA hot takes as the season goes on. Have a good day. Remember to follow me on Twitter, Jensen Sports. See y'all later.